How's it going, everyone? So what have we got now? I have got this GMC Terrain, the one that's been on the lift in the background with a wrecked front end, and the vehicle is absolutely totaled. But we bought it for the engine and transmission. Let me show you what we got. So there it is. This one up on the lift. It got railed on the left side, and as you can see, the frame is all crinkled up. It's pretty well bashed to heck. It was so tensed up, it was so bashed up, when I went and unbolted the strut from the knuckle, I couldn't get the bolts out because everything was all twisted and bent. The control arm is twisted and bent. It blew the sway bar end link off, broke the steering shaft. It actually messed up the front cover and the wiring harness on the tranny. That's okay. You can see all the debris from the Sawzall. Now, I didn't bother going through that video, making a video on pulling the thing apart, because really I had a lot of stuff going on at the same time. There was just a lot of noise. It was cutting because the whole front support was folded over and into the motor. So this thing only has 28,000, 26,000, something like that miles. It's low mileage. So, but anyway, yeah. So I ripped it apart to this point, and now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to strip the wiring harness off of this thing and start to disassemble everything so we could separate it and get the motor off. The motor is actually for a GMC Terrain that we have outside that needs a motor. So this is going to work out perfectly. Because like I said, this is a low mileage motor. Now, whenever we do something like that, because we're not going to use this tranny in this vehicle, whenever we do something like that and we're going to transfer and disassemble and switch off the tranny from the motor, I always do this. I always take the starter out so I have access to the torque converter bolts. Turn that on. So I always do that when it's up inside the vehicle. I took all the torque converter bolts out. And so now, like I said, I took the lower bolts out for the tranny. So now I'm going to disassemble and take off all the wiring harness. I don't like to cut anything unless I have to. Like, I had to cut these because I really had no choice. You know, just the way everything was, I really just, you know, you had to cut it because the metal was folded over it and everything else. So really just, otherwise I'd never do that. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to get the harness off. Obviously the steering rack, we would never reuse something like that because who knows if it's damaged internally. Just would never want to take a chance. So something like that we would just never reuse. And if you look, it actually snapped the piece off the motor mount. And look how bent and whacked out that motor mount is. So where we did cut, we did it only because we had no choice. So let's see. Yeah, it actually blew the axle apart. You see that? Oh, and there's the bearing actually fell inside there in between the control arm and the cradle. That's the inner one of the inner roller bearings for the axle. So let me get this thing apart. And if I come across anything interesting during the disassembly, I'll point it out to you. All right, nothing really super special. I unbolted the exhaust. I took the cat out because the cat, I got a funny feeling, might be bent right there because that's where it looped down and under the cradle and everything's pushed back. So I'm afraid it might be bent. Plus, with it coming under the cradle, it just makes it easier to unbolt it and take it out when I'm pulling this whole thing out. Now, check this out. Now, I told you this mount was broken. And here, I can't even get that bolt out. Look how shifted over that bolt is. See that? I mean, that's obviously I can't reuse that. And then this bolt, oh yeah, look at that, sheared right off. You can see how it wallered over. And like I said, we're not going to reuse this rack for anything. I absolutely wouldn't trust it, especially with an impact like that. Let's see, anything else? I took the axle out, but the whole wiring harness is off. And I'm getting ready to just pick it up. I'm going to pick it up as an assembly. Once it's up and out, then I can take this mount off and separate the tranny from the motor. Let's see, anything else of importance? No, I already got a chain hooked up to it. So I'm going to be picking this thing up and off the cradle just so I could separate it. Now, in the past, when I've done motors like this, even when I've gotten junkyard motors, sometimes they come with a wiring harness. And I'm telling you this from experience. Don't ever use the junkyard wiring harness. Ever, ever, ever. Unless it's a custom application and you're rewiring it yourself and you need a wiring harness. Don't put it in the car. Use the harness that came from the car. If you have a damaged harness, you can use pieces to fix the harness, but don't use the harness that came with the junkyard motor. Like this, I would never use this harness. I mean, granted the harness was damaged, but if the harness was perfect, I'd still never use it. I had a Camry once where I looked at it, the harness looked identical, the motors looked identical, everything. Put it together, misfired like crazy. What the heck is going on? Two of the cylinders weren't firing. It turned out the harness was actually wired slightly different between federal and California emissions. Why that made any kind of difference, I couldn't tell you, but it did. So two of the cylinders weren't firing, and that's why. It was a 4-cylinder, and the 2 center cylinders were just not going off. So anyway, just something to think about. So now I'm going to lift this thing up and get it out. All right, so there we go. We got the engine and tranny separated from one another. And like I said, I'm going to be putting that engine in the other car. I will actually go into more detail when I do that engine swap. As far as the cradle goes, let me see actually. Now that it's not bound up, yeah. Here we go. Look at that bolt. See how the threads are right there? Now, obviously, we're not going to reuse that on anything. That's just scrap. But anyway, what I'm going to do is, normally we would take the cradle and stick it back up in the car, but because this thing is so bent, see that? And where the control arm is, it's a nightmare. So really, all I'm going to do is I'm going to sawzall this thing into a couple pieces. Like I said, we're not going to use the rack on anything. I'm not worried about it. So I'm just going to sawzall off the control arms and that, instead of sticking it back up there. Because if you look, compared to this frame rail, that frame rail on that side, oops, that's back a good 2 feet. So, I mean, that was a heck of a hit. But it did what it was supposed to do. It protected the driver. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. And like I said, I'll go into more detail when I pull the motor and that out of the other vehicle. All right, that's it for now. If you guys get anything out of the videos, hit the like button. If you could, please subscribe. That's it for now. Have a great day. Keep wrenching.